Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now this is my 100 sub special and it's what if Naruto had the Rinnegan. Now I'm really grateful for all the subs and all of my subscribers and all of the people who supported me and helped me get to this incredible milestone. It's just an incredible feeling, and I'm already at 120 subscribers at the point that I'm showing this video. But if you don't know, I'm trying to beat this other guy called Infinix, who also does what ifs, and he has like 150 something subscribers, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so I really need your help to pass him in subscribers. So if you can subscribe, get your alt account, get your pet's account, get your parents' account. Honestly, just subscribe as many ways as possible. But I don't want to waste your time too much. Let's get right into the what if. Now, quickly, we have to go back to the time that Naruto was born. During the incident where Obito came, and Minato just destroyed Obito, just like he did in the original. But after being stabbed by the Nine Tails, I guess, I don't know if you would call it stabbed, just, pierced in the stomach, he realized that he had to do it, and he decided to put the Nine Tails inside of Naruto. And in this one, he didn't put the entire, he didn't just split the Nine Tails, he put the entire Nine Tails inside of Naruto. And when he did this, he died from using the Reaper Death Seal. And meanwhile, Naruto, now having the Nine Tails sealed within him, something happened. And, since he has Sage of Six Paths power within him technically, he is the reincarnation of a half Otsutsuki. He is basically a demigod. Maybe not yet, but he does become one later on in the series. So his Sage of Six Paths power combining with the Nine Tails chakra leads to this reaction fusion that gives Naruto the Rinnegan. And Kushina, before dying, sees Naruto's eyes go purple with black rings around it. And she doesn't quite understand what these eyes are, but she senses a huge amount of power coming off of Naruto. And Hiruzen, arriving just on time, also sees this, but only for a split second, because after Naruto blinks, the eyes are gone. They're back to Naruto's normal blue, innocent eyes, leaving no trace whatsoever of the Rinnegan. Kushina, seeing Hiruzen, utters her dying words, saying, "Please take care of Naruto. And Naruto, remember to eat your vegetables," and, all that other stuff that Kushina says. But with that, both Minato and Kushina die, leaving Naruto and the Nine Tails under Hiruzen's care. Now, this is when we time skip, and we already know how Hiruzen looked after Naruto, just he didn't really look after him really well. So, yeah, we're time skipping all the way, I don't know exactly how much, but 4 or 5 years later, all the way over to the time where the incident with Hinata happened. Now, Naruto was just walking around one day, and he saw Hinata, who he didn't actually recognize, being bullied by a group of 3 kids. Now, Naruto, knowing that what they're doing is wrong, stood up to the bullies, saying that they shouldn't be doing that. But the bullies didn't seem to care, and they just kept doing what they were doing. But Naruto interfered with them and started yelling at them to stop. And the bullies stopped and turned around looking at Naruto. And then one of them started to chuckle, as all 3 of them started laughing at Naruto, saying, "Yeah, and what are you gonna do about it?" As Naruto said, I'll fight you. And this just led to more laughter, with the kids saying, "Are you sure?" And Naruto's like, "Yeah, yeah." As the kids ran in at Naruto and started beating him up, like really bad at that. And Naruto couldn't do anything. He was weak. As Naruto just kept getting beat up, knowing that he couldn't do anything about it, he was desperate. He needed power. Why was he so weak, so useless? He couldn't do anything. I mean, this was when he needed it most. He was being beat up by a bunch of kids and he couldn't do anything about it. As Naruto tried to summon all of the energy he had within him, as his eyes suddenly turned purple, and Naruto felt weird, but he felt strong and he liked it. As he stood up, and the boys backed away, as Naruto said, "Come at me." And the boys were scared, but the bullies just ran back in saying, "Yeah, well, we'll just have to beat you up more." And they started trying to beat up Naruto, but they stood no chance. Naruto could see everything in slow motion. As one of the bullies' fists came down at him, he saw it moving slowly, as he just caught his fist with his hand, saying, "Too slow," and kicked him in the gut, sending him flying into a tree. And then the other one came, trying to kick him, but Naruto just easily blocked it and punched him in the face and landed him into the snow. And the final one just ran away after seeing Naruto's incredible strength. And then Naruto's eyes reverted back to how they were, and Naruto didn't know what just came over him, as he started crying and ran away. Meanwhile, Hinata was even more confused than Naruto was. One moment Naruto was being beaten up, and then his eyes turned purple, and he knocked two of those kids out. That was weird. Now, Hinata still does end up having a crush on Naruto, because Naruto did still save her life, but she has conflicted feelings about him, because she's also kind of scared of Naruto, like not embarrassed and nervous around Naruto, but she's kind of like intimidated by him and the things that she doesn't know about Naruto. So Naruto going home was just as confused as Hinata, saying, what was that? What was that strength, that power? I never felt that before. As he tried to do it again, but it just didn't work. So after spending the whole day trying to recreate that feeling, he decided to go to sleep and try again next time. And the next day, next week, over the next month, he just kept training and training and training, trying to get that feeling, that surge of power, that adrenaline all over again. He needed it. He just wanted to feel that incredible strength he had felt one more time. He wanted to learn how to control it. Why had it happened, and why wouldn't it happen again? How could he activate it? What was how was he supposed to activate it? And what even was that power? These were all thoughts flowing through Naruto's mind as he continued to do his 300th push-up of the day. And he was exhausted as he decided to try again. And he searched deep within himself, trying to find that rage, that feeling again that he had felt during that fight. And he screamed and he shouted, saying, "Come on!" As suddenly he felt it. He had done it. As he looked around, he could see everything in slow motion. He felt strong, an incredible surge of chakra and power had just come over him, and now he felt invincible. It was almost like a moment ago he was weak and could do nothing. He had no power. But now, there was nobody in the world that could stop him. He had as much power as he would ever need as he concentrated, trying to remember this feeling, trying to understand what was going on. As he tested his power out, deciding to punch a tree, and it just collapsed under the incredible strength of his fist. And Naruto was shocked. He had done it. He had found this power, the power of the Rinnegan, again. And now, actually concentrating on this feeling, he felt like now that he had awakened it, he would be able to, he knew how to do it again. It's almost like riding a bike. Once you learn it, you can't forget it. And that's really how I'm gonna have this dojutsu work. It's a lot like any other dojutsu. You know, once you awaken the dojutsu, you are free to use it whenever you want to. And so for the next multiple years, I'm pretty sure until he's 8, because that's when he goes to the academy. So until he goes to the academy, for years, I guess, he just practices using the Rinnegan and testing out his incredible powers. And by the time he's ready for the academy, he's actually mastered one of the the moves of the paths. So I don't remember the name. I'll search it up in a second. But like he basically mastered the path that lets him like use lasers and missiles, kind of like the cyborg path. Like, that's not its name, I know for sure, but you know, the path that like it does the whole lasers, missiles, and electronic stuff. So yeah, so Naruto has basically mastered that path. Not to mention, he has a lot more control over his Rinnegan now, judging the fact that he's been literally using it for, well, training with it for years now. So yeah, at this point, when he comes to the academy, he is a lot stronger than in the original. Now, this is first of all because he has been doing a lot of physical training, and so he is really muscular, and like not really muscular like a bodybuilder, but you know, he's pretty fit. He gets his daily exercise in every day. So yeah, he's really strong and durable, and honestly, he's just really strong and basically out of everyone's league. Like, anybody in the academy stands no chance against this Naruto. Now, on his first day at the academy, he gets there early, being super excited to finally be able to try his amazing powers on somebody else. He feels this rush of energy, this excitement, as he heads to class, and he realizes he's the first one there, so he just goes in and takes a seat, and he starts waiting. Anyways, he ends up waiting for like a whole 30 minutes, seeing as to the fact that he is very early. I mean, he's like the polar opposite of Kakashi, who's always late. Now, when everyone arrives, Iruka decides that they're gonna have like a small test to kind of see where they're at the beginning of the school year, I guess. And basically, they have the endurance test where Naruto completely outclasses everyone, including Sasuke, who Naruto, he just does like a lot better than even Sasuke, who has been training with Itachi for a while. He just does better than him at everything, and Sasuke gets jealous of Naruto, as Naruto keeps doing all of the tests better than Sasuke, except for the Shuriken and Kunai throwing test, where Naruto's not the best. I mean, he's better than the original, but not the best. And Sasuke is, in fact, the best. But it all comes down to the spar. And at this point, Naruto and Sasuke have already developed a sort of rivalry where they're trying to, really see who's the best. But both of them are thinking, this is gonna be the time I show my dominance. I'll show him that I am stronger. And this is going through both of their heads as they get called up onto the arena to spar with each other. Now, as they both get on, Naruto and Sasuke, after doing the sign thingy, they start sparring. And at first, they're on equal ground almost, but after a while, it starts to become clear as, Sasuke's experience and in combat just comes out as it becomes really clear that Sasuke has a lot more experience and skill in taijutsu, and although Naruto might have speed and some overall strength, he doesn't really have a lot of good technique since he, is self-taught. So Naruto starts getting pushed as Sasuke has the upper hand and is almost beating Naruto, and he basically almost got him out of the circle like 3 times already. And Sasuke is like, okay, I've had enough of this. And he starts weaving hand signs. And Naruto realizes what's going on, as so does Iruka, as Iruka's about to step in, but it's too late. Sasuke says, "Fireball Jutsu!" and just blasts his attack in Naruto's direction. And for all everyone else can see, that was a direct hit, probably easily knocking out Naruto and giving him some 3rd-degree burns. Naruto is out. Well, that's what they think. As Sasuke stands up with a proud smirk on his face, saying, "Ha, I knew it would be easy," as Naruto puts a hand on Sasuke's shoulder from behind him and says, "Oh, really? Well, we'll see," as Sasuke turns around to see Naruto with eyes gleaming purple as Naruto punches Sasuke with such incredible brute strength that Sasuke gets knocked out, flying meters into the air and way out of the entire academy training ground, as he's just launched into another dimension. Not literally, but he is launched so far away from Naruto's punch, as Naruto closes his eyes, reverting them back to their normal blue form, and he stands up proud, saying, "See, I knew I could beat Sasuke. I'm better than him." But then he's confused to see the shocked and disgusted faces on all of the students. What had he done wrong? I mean, he beat Sasuke, and that move he did to dodge Sasuke's fireball, that was amazing. Why weren't people clapping, applauding Naruto? But all he saw were faces of disgust, and they all seemed to hate Naruto, hoping that, wishing that Naruto didn't even exist. And at that moment, Naruto realized it. He wouldn't fit in this world. Nobody really liked him anyways. And Naruto already knew this, but he just realized that his time in the academy wouldn't be as fun as he originally wished it would be. He thought maybe in the academy he would finally be able to find friends and actually have fun, where people acknowledged him, appreciated him for his strength and talent. But it seemed his strength only made it worse, as he looked around to see villagers who had been watching from the sidelines booing Naruto, saying, "Boo, it's the demon child. He shouldn't even be allowed in the academy." As Naruto ran out of the academy, running home as fast as he can, crying, as that night he saw nightmares of villagers just booing and just shouting mean stuff at Naruto, and it was just a terrible night for him. And the next day, when he came to the academy, he was in terrible shape. He had no motivation whatsoever, and for the rest of the, for almost 3 days, he was kind of emo. But afterwards, he kind of turned into the Naruto we all know from the original, where he kind of becomes this hyperactive kid. Okay, so now, unfortunately, all the recording from after this literally just got cut out. Now, there is literally 15 minutes of recording that I did that literally just didn't work. So I actually recorded that 1 week ago, and then for the entire rest of the week, I had no time to re-record what I lost, which is kind of why I'm posting this so late. This is supposed to be the 100 sub special, and I'm almost at 150 subs. So, it's just it took a long time for me to make this video because all the footage cut out, and then I didn't have the time to re-record all of this, and it's really hard to re-record. But I am back now. I'm sorry for any background noise because I'm not recording at a good time just to finish this video. So yeah, let's continue. Basically, I'm pretty sure where I left off was Naruto was basically at the academy, and he had just done the sort of sparring with Sasuke, and yeah. Now, for the rest of the academy, Naruto just constantly breaks records, since now that he has the Rinnegan, chakra control isn't a big problem for him, and he no longer keeps failing and everything, and people just, he's not that bad anymore. He really just starts breaking records at school on all the things, and he's on the top of his class by far. Sasuke almost doesn't even stand a chance against Naruto. And to be honest, in the graduation exam, I'm not even gonna go over it. Naruto once again fights Sasuke, with Sasuke trying to go in, fireballing him, anything. But Naruto, after just using his Rinnegan, once again punches him right out of the ring with no problems whatsoever. And Naruto also does all of the other things, and he passes as Rookie of the Year. Now, on his way home, Naruto realizes that he's being followed by someone. And when he turns around, trying to find the place that this chakra is coming from, he sees Sasuke following behind him. As Naruto asks, "Why are you here? What are you doing?" And Sasuke replies swiftly saying, "I'm here for a rematch. That's what I want. I'm gonna beat you this time." And Naruto just chuckles and accepts, because he's not really scared that he'll lose to Sasuke. As Naruto says, "Okay, well, what are the rules?" And Sasuke just says, "There are no rules, just whoever gets knocked out or admits defeat will lose. There is no circle this time. You can't just knock me out of the circle to win." And Naruto says, "Okay, if that's what you want. But don't try too hard, okay? Don't really make me have to knock you out. Just surrender when you know you're gonna lose." And Sasuke says, "Yeah, I'll be the one losing." And Naruto in his mind is just wow, Sasuke actually thinks he can beat me. I feel bad for him. But they just get into their stances, and Sasuke says, "Start." Now, the instant Sasuke utters the words "start," Naruto just uses a missile from the Asura path and just explodes it in Sasuke's face, and Sasuke is immediately knocked out. Now, Naruto, being a caring friend, carries him back to his house. Get it? Caring, carrying. Never mind, it's a bad joke. Anyways, Naruto carries Sasuke back to his house, seeing as he's knocked out. And the next day, Sasuke gets better again, and Team 7 gets in to the academy for their teams to be announced. Now, Iruka announces that Team 7 will be Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. And most people are mad because, why are the two best people in the class on the same team? Originally in canon, the logic was Naruto is the worst, Sasuke is the best, and Sakura is somewhere in the middle, so this is a balanced team. And here, though, it's kind of just putting the best people in the same team, and it doesn't make a lot of sense, but Sakura's not complaining because she's with Sasuke, so she doesn't really care. Anyways, they have to wait for a long time for Kakashi to arrive, because Kakashi is Kakashi, and Kakashi is just always going to be late. After arriving, he gives one of his lame excuses and tells them to meet him on the roof. On the roof, he tells all of them to give an introduction, and Sakura does her whole, I like a certain someone. I don't like a certain someone, looking at Naruto. And then my goal is to be someone's wife. And just Kakashi sighs, being not another one of these. And then Sasuke does his whole emo thing, being I don't have any likes, I don't have any dislikes. My goal is not a goal because I will make it a reality. Which doesn't make any sense because that's still a goal, but okay. And Naruto's things don't really change as much either, except after saying he likes ramen and he wants to become Hokage, he also says that he wants to be the strongest shinobi ever. And Kakashi's whoa, aren't you getting a little ahead of yourself there? But he doesn't really say anything. All he says is, well, you'll have to meet me by the training grounds tomorrow, and make sure not to eat anything, because we have a big test, so just be ready. And then he poofs in the smoke, showing that he was a shadow clone all along. But that is where I'm gonna have to end this episode off. Sorry it took so long to upload this. It's just, I don't know what happened to the footage. I had to re-record the whole thing, and this was a really busy week for me, so yeah. Anyways, with that, please do subscribe, join my Discord, anything, and I'll see you next time.